Hi there. Are you excited about using social media? You should be. It could do a lot for your organization. But you know what? I find that there's people that make some mistakes, some of them over and over again, that could be avoided. In fact, there's the 5 biggest mistakes in social media marketing that could be avoided if you knew about them and you actually tried to avoid them and do something better instead. So let's go over them real quick. Number 1 is not spending enough time on your social media. If you decided to do a social media program and do social media marketing, you need to invest the time in it. Now that might mean 2 to 3, 4 hours a week. It might mean a little bit less, or it might mean a little bit more, but you need to plan it, you need to schedule it, just like you would any other business function or any other marketing function. It can't be hit or miss, because you know what? You're gonna miss. So don't do it that way. Plan it out. In fact, plan out your posts just like you would plan out any other advertising campaign. You should know what you're gonna post a week or sometimes even a month from now. And there's plenty of tools that will help you. Software tools like Trello, for example, is a great one. But you need to plan it out like you would your ad schedule in print, TV, or any other media if you have that. Put a little time into it, schedule your time, and do it consistently. Number 2, the second biggest mistake, is really trying to do too many platforms. You know, if you're good at Facebook, start with that, stick with it, get great at it, move on to the next. Same thing with any of the media. Start with the one that you're best at, the one that hits your target audience first and foremost. Get good at it, then move on. Don't try to do 5 or 6 different social media platforms until you know how to approach each one. Each one has a different target audience typically, and each one has some particular technical aspects that you should adjust your post to. So make sure you're good at one, move on. Don't try to do too many at once. The third biggest mistake is typically providing the same content as everyone else. Who's going to read your post if you're just wishing people Merry Christmas or Happy Valentine's Day or giving them the weather? They could get that anywhere. Why you think they would want to follow you or like your page when you're giving them the same exact content, I don't know. You have to have content that's unique. It should educate, it should inform, it should engage, and it should really make a connection with your customers or prospects. Don't give them the same content that they could get everywhere else, because they're simply not going to follow you, and then of course that defeats the purpose. Number 4 is not engaging your audience. It kind of leans back to number 3, but more importantly, your messages here, they need to be going both ways. You need to get them to respond, not just outgoing information. Sometimes you have to get some information back, some communication back. Otherwise, they're not really paying attention. That means you need to ask some questions. That means you need to solicit some comments, maybe hold a contest. Ask for some suggestions, but get some information coming both ways, some communication coming both ways, because that's what communication is, a two-way street, and you want to make sure that your social media communication is the same way. And lastly, number 5 is trying to do everything yourself. Remember, people believe that social media marketing is free. Well, to a certain extent it's free, in the fact that they usually don't charge for your basic level of Facebook and other programs. Of course, if you boost the post or you do an ad, it does cost. But the key is you shouldn't be doing it all yourself. And that's a big problem if you're a professional organization. Because if you're a professional organization, you yourself are probably not a marketing professional. You're probably a medical professional, a lawyer, or you're a service professional. You develop software, you fix TVs, or you perform some other service or sell some product that is not directly social media marketing. Now, you might be creative, you might have a bent towards that, and that's great. Go for it. But if you could see that you really aren't and you don't have the time to do it anyway, you should be getting professional help, at least to set it up. In fact, that's what we offer. It's not a pitch from Farris Marketing, but that's exactly what Farris Marketing does. In many cases, at least for smaller organizations, we'll set up your social media, train you or your people to find content, develop it, and post it. There's a lot involved: photography, rights to use photography if it's not yours, copywriting, so on and so forth. So you need to really learn to the rights and wrongs, the ins and outs. And sometimes that's what we do. We get you started and let you go from there, show you the best sources of content and the best type of content to use for your target audience. And then on the flip side, sometimes we work with people continually, entirely develop their programs, develop their posts, create their campaigns so they get some incoming as well as outgoing type of communication with customers and prospects. If you've got a question about that, please use one of our links, call us or email us, one of those type of things, or just message us on social media. But don't be afraid to use professional help, especially at the beginning. You want to set it up right, you want to be focused, and you want to do things right, because the social media, yeah, sure, it could be a terrific addition to your marketing program, but you want to do it right so you get the best results. That's why. So you get the best results. Social media, yes, it can be a great opportunity for you. It could help you connect with your customers. It could help you stand out. It could help you engage with them. And most importantly, it could help you get that increase in business that you're looking for.